Good morning students, I am Ankit, your physics teacher. I hope you all are fine. Students, as you know, from today we will start our second term, and in physics we will start with chapter number 3. Okay, so chapter number 3, which is force and pressure, that will be our first chapter of this term. So today we will discuss what is force, what are the effects of force, and very new topic, turning effect of force, that we will discuss in today's video. Then we will see definition, formula, numericals related to turning effect of force. Okay, after that we will discuss pressure, that already we have discussed in our previous classes. So we will do pressure, its definition, and some simple application of pressure. So let's start. Pay attention. Good morning dear students. As we have discussed that today we will start second term syllabus, and we will start with chapter number 3, which is force and pressure. So very first topic is definition of force, that we are doing in our previous classes, we have done in our previous classes also. So force is push or pull applied on an object. Okay, when we apply push or pull, means if we are moving that any object away from us, or we are moving that object toward us, okay, then what we are doing, we are applying force on that. By the application of force only object can move. Okay, so push or pull applied on an object to bring changes into that, change in its position, sometime to change its shape, sometime to change its direction, we are applying push or pull, and that push and pull is known as force. Okay, very simple definition, push or pull applied on an object is called force. And due to force we can bring many changes in an object, like we can change shape, size, direction, and state. State means if any object is moving, then it is in state of motion. We can change its state from motion to rest with the application of force. And similarly, if any object is at rest, we can change its state of rest into state of motion, again by the application of force. So by the application of force we can bring all these changes, and these changes are known as effects of force. Clear? Students, these are very basic topics. You have done this in 5th also, in 6th also. Okay, so what is force? Then what are the effects of force? And its unit also you have to keep in mind, that unit of force is Newton. Now our main topic of this chapter is one new effect of force that we have not read in our previous classes, and that is known as moment. Okay, you can see it from your book, page number 43. Okay students, this topic is given on page number 43, very first page of your chapter. Turning effect of force. Moment of force is also known as turning effect of force. Now before definition we will discuss some simple examples, like when we have to open the door. Okay, what we are doing, we are applying force on the handle of the door, right? And you know, door is attached with wall with hinges. Okay, and handle is just opposite to the hinges. Okay, so when we apply force on the handle, that door move around the hinges. Okay, so when we open the door, we apply force on the handle, and door moves around the hinges. So that is what we are applying force, and due to that force door is turning, it is moving around. Alright, so that turning of door is due to force, and that turning is known as movement of the force. Okay, so what is turning effect or what is the movement? A force can cause many things to move or stop, but when force causes an object to turn, right, when we are applying force on object and object turns around one fixed point, okay, when object turns around a fixed point, जैसे hinges are fixed, okay, when door moves around the hinges, we will say that movement is produced or turning effect of force is produced. Okay, so when force causes an object to turn, this turning effect is known as movement. You can see in this picture also, this is the example of seesaw. One girl is sitting on that. Now its fixed point is fulcrum, that purple color spot you can see. This is the center of this seesaw, and this seesaw is moving around it, sometime above and sometime down. Okay, so this fulcrum is acting as a fixed point. When girl is applying force which is due to its weight, this seesaw move around this fulcrum. Okay, in this example, that seesaw is moving in downward direction, right? So it turns in downward direction. So here also, due to force, turning effect is produced, and we will say movement is produced. Clear? Many other effects we have read, that force can change shape, size, direction. New effect we are reading now is turning effect. Turning, from name itself clear, when with the application of force object turn, and it turn around a fixed point, एक fixed point के आसपास घूमता है with the help by the application of force, then that effect is known as turning effect. Now movement is of two types. One is clockwise movement and other is anti-clockwise movement. Okay students, movement, any object can turn by two ways. One in clockwise, like our clock runs na, 12, 1, 2, 3, this is clockwise movement. But if it move from 12, 11, 10, it is anti-clockwise, right? जिस तरह हमारा क्लॉक चलता है, if it is moving, that needle is moving from 12 to 1 to 3, it is clockwise, and if it is from 12 to 11, 10, then it is anti-clockwise. Similarly, when we apply force, and if object turns or move in clockwise direction, like in first example, that arrow you can see, it is moving in downward direction, okay, from right to left. This is clockwise movement na. Okay, so here object is turning in clockwise direction, so which movement will be produced here? Clockwise movement. And similarly, when with the help of force object is moving in anti-clockwise, we called it anti-clockwise movement. Definition is very simple. When force causes an object to turn in clockwise direction, we called it clockwise movement. Okay, and when with the help of force object is moving in anti-clockwise direction, then it is known as anti-clockwise movement. From diagram it is very clear, from this picture. Which force is there which cause movement? Weight of that girl. Weight of that girl is acting as a force. Due to that force, clockwise or anti-clockwise movement is produced. Now, the movement of force depends upon two factors. One is movement, means how much object turn, कितना movement produce होगा, that depends upon two factors. First is force and second is perpendicular distance. Okay, so it is very clear, if we apply more force then object will turn more. Okay, so moment of force is directly proportional to force. If we apply more force, object will turn more, mean movement will be more. And now perpendicular distance is what? Students, we will take the example of hinge and door again. Handle and hinge. Handle is where we are applying force and hinge is fixed point. Okay, so distance between that fixed point and at which point we are applying force, that distance should be perpendicular. एक लाइन में ही लग रहा है ना, टर्न जहाँ से होगा that point और जहाँ पे हम फोर्स लगाएंगे that point, both the effects are in one line only. Okay, so if that distance will be more, जितना hinge और handle में distance होगा उतना ही movement ज़्यादा produce होगा. Okay, so by increasing that perpendicular distance from pivot mean where we are applying where object has to turn, जो फिक्स पॉइंट है जहाँ से उसने टर्न होना है उसमें डिस्टेंस और जहाँ से हमें फोर्स अप्लाई करना है that distance should be maximum. Okay, that if we increase that distance then movement will be more. So factors, they can ask question, write the factors on which moment of force depends. That depends upon force, how much force we are applying, directly proportional to force, and second, movement will be directly proportional to perpendicular distance between the application of force, जहाँ से हमने force लगाना है जैसे handle और जहाँ से उसने turn करना है जैसे hinge. The distance between these 2 points should be maximum. Okay, we call this perpendicular distance. So if both will be increased then movement will automatically increase. Okay, now formula we are having, that how we can calculate moment. Moment is equal to force and perpendicular distance. Two factors we have done now na, just their product will be equal to moment. Force, how much force we are applying, into perpendicular distance between the force and the pivot mean where object has to turn, जो fixed point से object turn करेगा we will call it pivot. Okay, suppose you can see from this diagram, this fulcrum, that this red color triangle they have drawn here na, this is a fulcrum, so this is the fixed point. This seesaw will turn around it, so this is our pivot point. Okay, and other side where this cat is standing, this is the point from where force will be applied. ठीक है, तो fulcrum and this cat, what is the distance between them? It is known as perpendicular distance and they written it with D. Okay, so this D should be maximum, then only large movement will be produced. If this cat will sit near to this fulcrum then very little turning will be there. ठीक है, then movement or turn will be very small. But if this cat is standing at large distance from this fulcrum then large movement will be there. This only we are saying that moment of force depends upon perpendicular distance also. If perpendicular distance will be maximum, movement will be maximum, right? So formula will be how much force we are applying into how much distance between pivot point and the point from where we are applying force. Okay, their product will give us movement, and if we have to calculate its SI unit, then what is the unit of force? Newton. And what will be the unit of distance? Meter. So in formula they are multiplied, their units will also be multiplied. So unit of movement will become Newton meter. Okay, from formula itself we can derive the unit. So formula for movement is force into distance, and their unit also Newton into meter. So by using this formula we can calculate movement, right? So before this numerical we will discuss definition with the help of force when object turn. This is called turning effect and it is called as moment. Then it is of two types, clockwise and anti-clockwise. If turn in clockwise direction, then we called it clockwise movement, and if object turn in anti-clockwise direction, we called it anti-clockwise movement. One more thing you have to keep in mind, Rache, when we are doing numericals, if in numerical they will say that movement is anti-clockwise, what value they will give of that movement? Suppose they said that this object has anti-clockwise movement which is equal to 5 Newton meter, then we will take it positive 5. But if they say that movement is clockwise, then we will take it minus 5. Means for clockwise movement we are using positive sign, for anti-clockwise movement we are using negative sign. Okay, so this sign also you have to keep in mind, right? For negative clockwise, and if positive anti-clockwise. Now a cat has weight 20 Newton. Force they have given and stand on one side of seesaw, and the distance, mean perpendicular distance, is 3 meter. Find the moment. Students, you can see if object or this cat is standing on right side, then seesaw will go in downward direction, mean clockwise movement will be there. Okay, so in this case simple, they are asking that they can ask it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. From diagram it is clear. So this is clockwise movement. When we fill the values, it come out as 60 Newton meter. Okay, and here we know where duck is there. Now force is acting in downward direction, movement of this seesaw will be in upward. This will go in downward, mean anti-clockwise it is moving. Okay, here again distance and force they have given, movement is anti-clockwise, and by filling the values we can calculate value of movement also. Okay, then again definition is there, turning effect of force about a pivot. Pivot means fixed point, is known as moment. Now daily examples like opening of door. Opening of door, we can't see, but between handle and hinge there is a axis. Okay, and this door will turn around that hinge. Okay, so movement will be produced. Similarly, other examples, seesaw, scissor, many other examples they have given here. Now in your book on page number 46, many examples of moment of force is given. We will discuss these in our live class also. Okay, you can read. If any problem is there, we will discuss that. First they have given that handle should be at maximum distance from the hinges, because we are increasing perpendicular distance. By increasing perpendicular distance we are increasing the effect, turning effect. Okay, similarly we will discuss all these in our live classes. Okay, now we will move to our next topic, which is pressure. Pressure also you have done in 6th class. So pressure is defined as force acting per unit area. Okay, when we are applying force on particular area, okay, then according to that pressure will be produced. So definition of pressure will be, pressure is defined as force acting per unit area. Then its formula and units. Formula of pressure is force over area, and its unit, force units Newton over area's unit meter square. So unit of pressure become Newton per meter square. Okay, the SI unit of pressure is Newton per square meter, and it is also known as Pascal. Okay, Pascal is also a unit of pressure. So Pascal and Newton meter square is equal. Then your activity also there on page number 48. There they have taken that on what factors, first we will discuss on what factors pressure depends. Pressure depends on force and area. If more force will be applied, more pressure will be produced. But how it related with area? It is inversely proportional to area. You can see here pressure and area are inversely proportional. It means that if area will be more, then pressure will be less, and if area will be less, then pressure will be more. Mean one thing will be, one term should be less, other should be more. Okay, so if we want more pressure, then we have to reduce the area. That area on which we are applying force, that we have to reduce. Like in this example, they have taken one pin. Okay, in first picture they are applying force from broader edge. Okay, now very small area is in contact with this wooden piece. Okay, area is less, mean force pressure will be more. On both the example we are applying same force, but what is the difference? Difference is area. In first, sharp edge is toward the wooden block, but in second, nail is wider. जो area here area will be more. ठीक है, तो out of these which exert more pressure? First one, क्योंकि first में pressure is less, and in second picture area is less. In second picture area is more. You can see very sharp edge, and here in second very broader edge is in touch with that wooden block. Okay, so a person make deeper mark while walking on a soft ground in very narrow and sharp heeled shoes than when in ordinary shoes with flat heels. Another example they have taken, like if we wear very sharp heel, then it is more chance that our feet will go more deep inside the sand. Okay, as compared to flat shoes like camel. Why camel? It is easy for camel to walk on sand, because feet of that camel is very broad, area is very large. Due to large area, force or pressure will be less. Force or pressure of his body will be less because area will be more. That's why he can easily walk. But if we walk with sharp heel on sand, area will be less, pressure will be more. हम नीचे ही धस जाएंगे. Okay, so to increase the pressure, we have to reduce the area, because they both are inversely proportional. So pressure means how a force is spread over an area. It measures how much force is acting on a certain area. Okay, like with thumb he is applying force on his other hand. Okay, on particular area he is applying force, so that particular area only exerting the pressure. Similarly, other examples of high pressure, like if we use sharp knives. Sharp knives means area reduced, very less area is in contact with vegetables, so we can apply more force, we can apply more pressure with sharp knives due to its less area. Similarly, pins, needles should be very sharp because they have to go up inside the surface. Okay, their area will be less, more pressure they will exert and go deep inside the wood. Similarly, shoes they have taken. The stud on a football balls have very small area of contact with the ground because spikes are there. So the pressure under the stud is high enough for them to sink into the ground, which give them extra grip. Means simply you have to keep in mind, if you need large pressure, you have to reduce the area. Now another definition is thrust. What is thrust? Thrust is a force which is acting perpendicular on any surface. Perpendicular means at 90 degree. Like they are they are applying force with his thumb on this wooden block in 90 degree. Okay, so force, thrust is nothing but a force acting perpendicular to the surface, and it is also has same unit as force. So thrust has unit equal to Newton. Now pressure. What is the difference between pressure and thrust? Thrust is a force and pressure is the effect of force, right? So pressure is the effect of thrust per unit area. Pressure's unit is Pascal, we have already discussed. Pressure depends upon two things we have done. Force, if we apply more force, more pressure will be there. And second, it depends upon area. If area will be less, more pressure will be there. So same force produce less pressure if it acts on large area, but can produce less pressure if it acts on small area. Now examples or observations. School bags have wide straps. Why their area is more? Straps, because they are very heavy, they are producing more pressure if their strips will be narrow. Okay, to spread the pressure we are using large area. ठीक है बेटा, in this case we need less pressure, less force, ताकि हमारे shoulders पे ज़्यादा pressure ना आए. We are using more area. We are using those bags which have wider straps. So according to situation, sometimes you have to reduce the pressure, sometimes you have to increase the pressure. So according to that you can reduce and increase the area. Like knives, in case of knives we need more pressure to cut the vegetable easily, so here we will use less area. Okay, similarly tractors have broader tires because their weight is very high. Sorry, so when they are moving on a ground, they have to produce less pressure on the ground. So to avoid that, to avoid more pressure, we are using those tires which have larger area. I mean, here we want to reduce the pressure, for that we will use tires with large area. Similarly shoes. Okay, it is easy to move with broader shoes on sand and slippery areas instead of heels. Similarly huge buildings, their foundations will be very large. Okay, जो नींव होती है it will be very broad because due to large weight, pressure बहुत they have high pressure. Buildings exert high pressure on the ground. To avoid that, their foundation will be very broad. Okay, so that they produce less pressure. Similarly, that army tanks or railway tracks, okay, they always to reduce the pressure, their base जो होते हैं they are always made broad. Or some sport
given to that so that they can increase the area. Like wooden or concrete sleepers are kept below the railway lines to increase the area, or we will say to reduce the pressure. Okay, so this is all about for today. We have done up to checkpoint 2. You will read up to here. If you have any doubt, we will discuss in our live class. Right, so there are some questions framed for you, so you will try these questions, you will do at your rough notebook, and if problem or any doubt will be there, we will discuss that. Thank you.